Hi, Rumpers! There's one day left in the January 2024 season, and once again going for number one. So this season has felt a little different. So last season, a lot of the season was kind of a four-way race between Davissa, Katana, Roki Philly, and me. And then, Aros at the end of the season just exploded the ladder with his Mudcrab Battle Mage. Made it kind of a five-way race. But pretty much the whole season I was like keeping tabs on those guys, checking their rank and seeing who's number one, number two, number three. This season, I really don't know like who's number one. Like most mornings, I wake up, go to bed number one, wake up number two, and I don't know who passed me. So if you do know, who's been at the top of the ladder, let me know in the comments. I know really early in the season, number one was actually playing Nixox, which, it props. I think it was Bagu 23XD for getting to the top of the ladder with Nixox combo, because that's a really tough deck to play, really high skill deck, and getting to the top of the ladder with that is impressive. But yeah, whoever is number one, I'm going to see if I can take it back. So the deck that I'm playing, I made one video about this deck before, but made just a couple changes. This is Cornerclub Blues, mono blue featuring Cornerclub Gambler. A couple changes I made. I dropped the 1x Daggerfall Mage and the 1x Dress Renegade, and went down to one Lightning Bolt to make room for two Altmer Flameslingers. So this card, I just wanted more 2-drops basically. In the previous video I only had 7 2-drops, which I don't think was enough. And Altmer Flameslinger is nice because it has a ward on it. That's the main reason you play it, because it has that ward. So it's really good with Sentinel Reclaimer, because you can put the swords on the Altmer Flameslinger and, really make that ward super valuable. The other reason the ward is nice is because we have Baron of Tyr. So if you're getting a lot of pressure, then, on turn 6 you can drop Altmer Flameslinger and Baron of Tyr and get a ward guard. And, ward guards can really shut down aggression. And so the other card I added is just one Fingers of the Mountain, like again, just to kind of shut down aggressive decks. So the other thing I just wanted to spend some time talking about is just how good Discerning Thief is. And, Discerning Thief and Cornerclub Gambler, both, right? These cards are just incredibly valuable. And, especially when you're playing at the very top of the ladder where you need like 80% win rate, you need a really consistent deck. So, when you're just trying to climb the ladder, and you're just going for like, 60% win rate or so, you can play decks that are a little less consistent, and still climb and, be fine. But when you need to beat pretty much every match that you face, you really need a super consistent deck. And what this card gives you is consistency, because depending on the matchup, you can drop cards that are not valuable. Like, if you're against a control deck where you don't think you're going to really need the Fingers of the Mountain, then you discard it and, draw something that is more suited. Or if you're playing against a really aggressive deck where you really want to get your Blackhand Messenger, then you discard whatever else so you can draw your Blackhand or your Baron Zaya. So, yeah, this card, so good, for 3 mana. So having a card that's 3 mana and is a must answer is just super valuable. Because if you drop a Cornerclub Gambler or a Discerning Thief, you're only paying 3 for it. It has a good stat line, and then they have to answer it, otherwise it causes them a lot of problems. So I put this card in pretty much every blue deck I make. And I mean, there's a reason that Cornerclub Gambler is the only green card in here. I mean, these are especially good because I'm playing like 3 Crown Quartermaster, 3 Sentinel Reclaimer. I also have Cunning Ally, you know, all these cards that generate cards, and the Manic Jack. So in this sort of deck, Discerning Thief is, you know, especially amazing because you can, you know, discard the Steel Daggers and things like that, or the Manic Mutation, or a Jack. But, you know, even if you're not playing these, you know, hand token generator cards, you know, Discerning Thief, just so that you can, you know, find the cards that are good in the matchup, discard the cards you don't need in the matchup, and, you know, just get that consistency. So just wanted to give a little ode to those cards. You know, I think that in both the deck that I was playing last season, Movebender, and also this deck, you know, those cards are really key. Those are the cards that really get you your value, your extension, and they put so much pressure because one way that I really like to play them, especially Gambler, is that you don't necessarily play it like as soon as you can. Like, you will play it on turn 3, especially if you have like a Crown Quartermaster or something. You know, usually I would put back Alfiq and Temple Conjurer, because I just like my low cost stuff. I mean, they are good with each other, but not having a 2-drop, I usually like to have a 1 or a 2-drop. I think I will put them back. Sometimes these spell swords can be like mud crabs or things that you kind of do want some early game. Yeah, so see, here I have my 1, 2, 3, and Crown Quartermaster is so good with oh wow, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, really, really nice curve. Oh, waiting for opponent. Okay. Okay, hopefully the opponent comes back. But yeah, so, you know, in this game, because I have the Crown Quartermaster, I'm going to play the Cornerclub Gambler on 3. And, you know, it might get an Edict or something. But that's okay. You know, I'm spending 3, and they'd have to answer with 4. But another way that I like to use Cornerclub Gambler is just use it
Do your worst.
to kind of force them to answer it in a situation where you have a lot of other stuff going on board. So, right, the great thing about the Cornerclub Gambler is that, like, it's this must answer. So I'm just going to take care of the Dwemer. It's good to just, you know, clean up the Dwemers as quickly as you can so that when that Halls comes out, they don't end up with a bunch of value on the board. Okay, so here I'm trying to decide between Baron's Eye and Thief. So Baron's Eye puts more pressure. But Thief could get more value, but right now I don't really have anything in hand that I'm really looking to discard. I have kind of a nice curve, so I'm just going to play Baron's Eye over here. And Shadow just put some pressure on. Yeah, so Cornerclub Gambler, when you have a lot of stuff going on board, and like you're worried about, say, them dropping a big guard or something, you can play out Cornerclub Gambler and force them to answer that. And then, you know, they're not able to do whatever else they wanted to do that turn. It kind of disrupts their turn by forcing them to answer it. And, you know, that can be really valuable. So next turn, planning to play the Alfiq. Oh wow, they're dropping Halls already, okay. So I'll reward the Prankster Mage. You know, now that I got that Cunning Ally, well, no, because I was thinking about playing it, but if I had 7, I might play Cunning Ally and then Firebolt this, but let's just stick with the plan. Yeah. And so usually it doesn't really matter what you consume with the Elfique. You know, against purple, sometimes they could be playing Manny Marco. So that's why I chose to discard Baron Zaya, but, you know, probably doesn't matter. Okay, so this is a little bit of an interesting choice. Warcraft a really, really, really good draw there. So I could trade into this, but I might just want to pressure, especially because I drew that Wardcraft and I'm going to keep this alive. I might just want to pressure. So let's just make sure that the gambler's not on top. Okay. No gambler on top.
Watch yourself now.
Okay. So,
This one is in no mood.
okay. So, yeah. Running out of value in my hand. I do have this Discerning Thief, which, you know, maybe it'll let me draw something, but hopefully my board's big enough at this point that I can just push. Yagum's Workshop. This card, so dangerous. Is he gonna shackle my stuff or what? I don't know. Yeah. Kind of interested to see if he's gonna pop my word here, because oh, he's gonna put Gearwork Spiders in his discard. Curious to see if he's gonna use the Betray. No. Okay. 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 Wow, that's a really, really good draw. So I could either do 8 face damage, break 2 runes, or I could trade into this. I think I might want to trade into this because so next turn he's almost certainly going to play a Georg Spider and get 2 guards. So actually, well, I could fill up this lane and put, if I get breakthrough creatures in both lanes, and the Georg Spiders are a bit less of a problem. So I will make this trade.
Sweet. This one is in no mood for you. Your blood will spill.
All power flows.
My thoughts are quicker than your eyes.
Okay, don't have a hand anymore, but do have quite a board. And it's, you know, really nice to have the breakthrough creatures in both lanes when those Georg Spiders are coming out. You know, who knows what else is going to come out. He could play, you know, he could buff them with a Dwarven Dynamo or something. Okay. Okay.
It's a good day to die.
Nice. Yeah, so that was a good game. Got lots of pressure. And number one already. Okay, awesome. So I'll just leave it with that short video for today, and catch you next time.